Next week, I don't care. Just get things. I don't like the.
In the absence of the mayor, I'd like to call the meeting to order. If you'll please stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. This is the regular City Commission meeting for Monday, November 24th. Lisa, do you have a roll call for me, please?
Benson.
Here.
Birch.
Here.
Brunick.
Here.
Sarda. Here. Conkling.
Here.
Hanoff.
Here.
Mosier.
Here.
Spencer.
Here.
Mayor Villanueva. City Manager Leon.
Here.
City Attorney Denherter.
Here.
Thank you, Lisa. And again, in absence of a mayor, we'd like to have you elect a mayor pro tem to serve as the mayor for the evening. You may make that motion, and that motion can be cast as a unanimous ballot if the commission would so choose. So is there a motion for someone to serve as mayor pro tem for this evening?
I'll move Commissioner Benson be the mayor this evening.
I'll second, and further that nomination season, we cast a unanimous ballot.
Okay, there's a motion and a second. Any other nominations? Any discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sides? Okay, thank you. We'll switch some chairs around here.
Bear with me real quick. I wasn't quite prepared for this, so I didn't realize. And we'll get this started. Okay. Let's start with the approval of the minutes from our last meeting.
Move to approve the minutes.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed, same sign? Motion carried. Okay, and then can I have a motion to schedule to pay the bills?
So moved. Second.
Lisa, could we do roll call?
Conkling.
Yes.
Hanoff.
Yes.
Mosier.
Aye.
Spencer.
Aye.
Birch.
Aye.
Brunick.
Aye.
Sarda.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Benson.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, city manager's report.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor Benson, members of the commission and the public. A couple things I want to bring to your attention. First of all, want to remind everybody of the Yankton Community Holiday Feast that's going on Wednesday, November 26th from 4:30 to 7 p.m. at the Calvary Baptist Church at 2407 Broadway, right here in Yankton. This is open to everyone. Anyone in the community can come. Everyone's welcome. Donations are accepted at Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust at 114 Douglas. Meal delivery for shut-ins only. You can look up some information for that. Oops, those needed to be called in by the 21st, so those are no longer available. But certainly, please join the community if you're interested in a free holiday meal for the community on Wednesday before you all join Thanksgiving with your families. Also, wanted to read a letter that we received. I typically don't do this when we receive letters, but this was a special one, I think, from the UCC Church, and you've all played a part in this project, so I wanted to read it. It's brief, I promise. To the Honorable Mayor Villanueva, City Manager Leon, and members of the City Commission, on behalf of the Yankton United Church of Christ Congregational, I wanted to extend our sincere gratitude for your partnership and support in making the new parking lot a reality. Our congregation has already experienced the benefits of this improvement, and we are deeply appreciative of the city's vision and follow-through. We understand that the idea of this project began with the city of Yankton several years ago, and we wanted to acknowledge the commitment and effort it took to bring it to completion. Your willingness to work cooperatively with our church has made meaningful and lasting difference for us and for the surrounding neighborhood. We also want to thank you for allowing us the temporary use of the stone house on the donated lot. It has been very helpful to our church. Please know that we will vacate the space promptly upon notice whenever the city needs it back. Brad Feast is working with them on that. Thank you for your collaboration, leadership, and dedication to the community. We are grateful for the city's partnership and look forward to continuing to work together in service to Yankton. Respectfully, Dan Johnson, moderator of the Yankton UCC Church of Christ Congregational. So I thought that was pretty nice. They've always been good neighbors with us, and it's nice to have that parking lot. And it's nice for folks that need access right to our building can get there, because many of us are now able to park there too during the day, during the weekday, and there's some access for folks that may need to park closely to the building. And when we have court dates, there's people that can park closely to the court services building. And just another reminder, the parade of lights and tree lighting is coming up before our next meeting. That will be December 4th. That's Thursday, so look for more promotion on that. Also want to remind folks about our solid waste collection on Thanksgiving weekend. So there will be no solid waste collection on Thursday, November 27th due to Thanksgiving. Wednesday and Thursday routes will be collected on Wednesday, so please remember that. Friday routes will be picked up on Friday, and then all other routes will be collected as scheduled. Transfer station is closed on Thursday and will be open for shortened hours on Friday from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. and will resume normal hours on Saturday from 8 a.m. to 11:45. And that's all available on our website if you have if you're a solid waste route on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. You can check that out. Also want to talk about our sales tax, because we did get some good news, which is good news. Sales tax, we finally had a positive here. We were up for the month of October 7.45%. That's all 3 pennies. Triple B was strong, and the 2 pennies, the first and second penny, were strong also. We think a lot has to do with the mall and the retail sales, and maybe some folks coming to do some shopping at other stores because some of the stores at the mall were present. We don't know that information directly, but we do believe that had some impact. Just as a reminder, that doesn't solve all of the budget concerns that we have, because a lot of that growth will be rebated. So we'll know more as we know what will need to be rebated, and we'll share that information with the commission. But that is the direction definitely we want to be headed, and so we're glad to see that. So you all received that report, and that's available to the public as well. I think, let's see if that's everything on my list. I did want to just say to the Yankton Bucks, great job. I know we lost to the peer governors, but I think we played a good game, and, we'll get them next time. Happy to stand for questions, Mayor.
Thank you, Amy. Any questions for City Manager Leon?
I have just one. So people have asked me, and I wanted just to clarify. So Shoe Sensation and Marissa's moving to the mall, they are not included in the rebate? Is that correct?
Correct, since they were already in existence.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that.
Yep. Perfect.
I just wanted to add, if I could, that 7.45% increase was actually the largest increase in the state compared to October 2024. Among the 10 largest cities in the state.
Thank you. Yeah, that was extremely positive to see. Any other questions for City Manager Leon? Okay. Well, next we have a proclamation. So Giving Tuesday, and actually I'm going to ask Steph, would you be willing to? Thank you, Commissioner.
Absolutely. So yes, proclamation from the City of Yankton, whereas Giving Tuesday, established in 2012, is a global movement that inspires generosity, kindness, and community engagement, encouraging individuals, organizations, and businesses to give back in a meaningful ways. And whereas this annual Day of Giving, celebrated on the Tuesday following Thanksgiving, serves as a reminder of the power of collective action to create positive change and uplift those in need. And whereas the City of Yankton recognizes the contributions made by Horizon Health for the betterment of the Yankton community and its patients, as well as its commitment to Giving Tuesday in order to build resources to help patients in need. And whereas Giving Tuesday 2025 provides an opportunity for the people of Yankton to come together, share their resources, and demonstrate the compassion and resilience that defines our city. Now, therefore, I, Commissioner Mosier, on behalf of Pro Tem Mayor Bridget Benson and Mayor Mike Villanueva, who is not here able to be here tonight, do hereby proclaim December 2nd, 2025 as Giving Tuesday in the City of Yankton and encourage all residents to participate in acts of kindness, generosity, and service to make a lasting impact in our community and beyond. And with that, I would ask Tara Leonard to step forward. I'll bring your proclamation over to you. I believe you have a guest with you, and we'll let you talk a little bit about that.
Thank you, Commissioners. I also would like to introduce one of our commissioners, Lori.
Push the button right at the bottom by the mic podium. Nope. It's on top, right there.
There it is. Am I on test?
Yes.
Oh, there I am. All right. Well, thank you, Commissioners. I do want to introduce one of my nurse practitioners. This is Lori Manis-Lammers with Horizon Health, along with Melissa Taney. I do also would like to invite any of you, if you ever want to come and take a tour of our facility over on Broadway, please give me a call. I would like to show you exactly what Horizon Health is. We're a federally funded health center with medical, behavioral health, and dental. So thank you very much.
We'll also get a picture of you ladies over there. Yep.
Okay, now we'll move on to the consent items.
Public appearances, Mayor.
I'm sorry, thank you. Public appearances. Seeing no movement, we'll move on to the consent items. Establishing a public hearing for a transfer of alcohol license, established December 8th, 2025 as the date for a public hearing on the request for a transfer of owner of a retail on-off sale malt beverage and South Dakota farm wine license from King Buffet, Mongolian Grill, owner Ting Wan, to King Buffet Mongolian Grill, owner Ping Zing.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor? Or do we want to do both first?
Is that your pleasure?
Okay, let's go ahead. Are we okay if we do both items at the same time? Okay, thank you. Okay, and establish a public hearing for a transfer of alcohol license established December 8th, 2025 as the date of public hearing on the request for a transfer of owner of location of a package off-sale liquor license from Yankton Drug Company owned by Daniel Finkelhorn? Beeblecorn, sorry, I'm making up names here, I'm sorry. 109 West 3rd Street to Diggers, Inc., owned by Larry and Peggy Olson, 511 West 4th Street, Suite D, Yankton, South Dakota. Can I get a motion for the consent items?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent items as both the items.
Thank you.
And I second that.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed, same sign, opposed? Okay, motion carries. Okay, on to old business. There are none, so we'll go on to new business. Special events alcohol beverage license. Consideration of Memorandum 25203, recommending the City Commission approve the application for a special on-sale malt beverage license and a special on-sale wine retailer's license for one day, December 27th, 2025, from the Center, 900 Whiting Drive. Can I have a motion?
Move to approve.
Second?
Second.
Roll call? Oh, I'm sorry. I open any questions from the city commissioners? Or discussion? Any discussion from the public? Okay, roll call.
Hanoff.
Aye.
Mosier.
Aye.
Spencer.
Aye.
Birch.
I have to abstain as I serve on the board of the center.
Brunick.
Aye.
Sarda.
Aye.
Conkling.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Benson.
Aye. Motion passes. Okay, next item, vehicle purchase for the Yankton Police Department, Patrol Division. Consideration of Memorandum 25204, recommending that the City Commission adopt the Resolution 25-53 and the authorization to purchase of two 2026 Ford Explorers, plus equipment installation for the police department. Before we go into making a motion, could I get a little bit more information on this? Thank you.
Good evening.
So I was just kind of curious, these two are budgeted items. Could you just provide a little bit more history or?
Yeah,
the need?
I did the paperwork in order to purchase in 2026, so just based on like delivery times, just wanted to get them ordered in 2026 right away.
Okay.
So commissioners, the way I understand it is it's unusual for you to see something that's in the 2026 budget before 2026. Monty is ahead of the game, so he wants to make sure he can order them because we know delivery probably may not even be in 2026. So he wants to be ready to go, and as soon as we're able to, we'll sign the paperwork. So we won't be actually making the order because we can't do that in 2025. So I questioned that a little bit, and I thought you might too, seeing it on the agenda. That's why I wanted to make sure he came up.
Sometimes we have long wait times, and so the two vehicles, I actually looked up the mileage. They both have 2,000 more miles than what they did when I did the paperwork. So I was just kind of concerned if it took delivery date of March, April, both those vehicles would have an extreme amount of miles on them, so.
And the bottom line is we won't pay for that until 2026, right?
Correct, Commissioner Conkling. And if we see a huge drop in our sales tax, which I hope isn't going to be true, and we get to the first of the year and we don't feel comfortable, we may decide just one of them, or maybe we don't move forward, but we'll cross that proverbial bridge when we come to it.
The surplus vehicles, I imagine the current vehicles will be surplused and then sold or used within the city?
Yeah, we'll take a look at them, and I think one of them has a really temperamental transmission. I don't think that one is one we'll probably want to try to pass around the city, but occasionally if the vehicle is in good shape, there's some other city department that might want to use it or could use it, and then we try to do that. Otherwise, we'll surplus it and sell it on like the Purple Wave or another auction.
Curious what the mileage is on those units, if you know.
One was at 127, I think, and the other one was 113, something like that. Whatever I did the paperwork, I know there are 2,000 more as of today.
I will make a motion to approve the purchase of the vehicles listed.
May I have a second? Second. Thank you, Dave. Okay. Any question from commissioners?
I'm just seeing from the packet, The one mileage was 125,749. The other one was 113,423. Just for clarification.
Yep, so one would be 127 now and the other one would be 115.
Any additional questions from the commission? Anyone from the public? Okay, roll call.
Mosher.
Aye.
Spencer.
Aye.
Birch.
Aye.
Brunick.
Aye.
Sarda.
Aye.
Conkling.
Aye.
Hanoff.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Benson.
Aye. Motion passes. Next item, establishing the City of Yankton as a towing agency for the Vollen property and declare the abandoned vehicle surplus. So this is consideration of memorandum 25-205. Brad, is it okay if I just have you come up and do an explanation on this? I know it's been an ongoing project.
Mayor Pro Tem, Commissioners, this is another step in the process of attempting to clean up the property we discovered we were the owners of a bit ago. Between the Community Development Department and the City Attorney's Office, we were able to get a majority of the vehicles that had been abandoned there removed. A few bad actors have 3 vehicles remaining there. This was a mechanism that City Attorney Denherter was able to work out to allow us a more reasonably priced alternative to be able to remove those vehicles. And we're also recommending surplusing them. So assuming they remain there and we have the ability to tow them, we'll reach out to a private tower. We won't be towing them ourselves. This just gives us the ability to more easily get title to them, get them removed, and get them surplus so that we're a step closer to, the property cleaned up.
And the original request was to have anybody who was adjacent to that to get any items off the property that they were wanting, correct?
Yeah, and ones they didn't want but had abandoned there that they were the owners of. So whether the
Okay.
vehicles were in good shape or bad shape, we wanted them off of the property we owned. And we've been about 70% plus successful with that.
Okay.
And the ones that remain are unwanted and unloved.
But before taking a motion, is there any additional questions for Brad?
I do have one on that, Brad. So are the owners of those vehicles unknown because they're abandoned, or do we know the owners? And I guess I'm just wondering there, Ross, any legal right we have to still recoup some losses? Because, I mean, we'll still have to pay a towing company to remove these vehicles, and I would imagine pay to dispose of them as well. So I'm just curious if we know the owner, or if they just truly are abandoned and it's just maybe an actor not playing along.
Yes. Well, we know the last registered owner for those vehicles, and we've made a valiant effort to communicate with those people, and we've had various responses, but of the 3 that are left, there's one individual who says, that wasn't mine, was never mine. If my name is on it, I didn't voluntarily allow it to be there, and I'm not touching it, don't call me again. And 2 other people, I'm not sure if the contact information we have is any good, but no response. So considering the success we did have, far better situation than I thought we'd be facing right now. But this process that if the commission approves this step, allows the city to reach a point where we control the vehicles and can get rid of them. And I do believe if there is a cost to the city to remove those, it may not actually be very much if we hold the title. A lot of times, salvage operations will voluntarily even come and get a vehicle for little or no charge as long as we can provide them clean title at that time. Otherwise, they are the towing agency, and there's some notice requirements, and they have to hold it for a period of time in order to get that title. So we are essentially putting ourselves into their shoes. So that process is done so they can just come and get it once we have the title.
Without paying those additional storage fees we would be
Correct.
encountering if we were having it towed to a private tower's yard.
Yeah.
Thank you. Can I get a motion?
I move to approve.
A second?
I'll second.
Okay. Any questions, additional questions from the commission? Any questions from the public? Okay. Seeing no movement? Roll call.
Spencer.
Aye.
Birch.
Aye.
Brunick.
Aye.
Sarda.
Aye.
Conkling.
Aye.
Hanoff.
Aye.
Mosier.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Benson.
Aye. Motion carries. Next, we have the 2026 Bridge Improvement Grant submission authorization for the Cedar Street Bridge replacement. Consideration of Memorandum 25-206, recommending that the City Commission approve the Resolution 25-55, 2026 Bridge Improvement Grant Program Resolution authorizing the submission of application for the 2026 application for Bridge Improvement Grant funds for the replacement of the structure number 68-121-204 on Cedar Street. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any questions from the commission?
I do have a couple of questions for Adam, possibly. It says here that this is a $5.3, almost $5.4 million project. Minimum local match is 20%, and you're recommending, in order to increase our chances of getting the grant, you're recommending a 50% local match. So that's a big difference. I'm wondering, would it be possible to apply at first using the minimum amount, and if we're unsuccessful, try the next time with the 50%?
So there's one application process per year. If you'll recall, a year ago, we applied for this grant at the 50% match level. Unsuccessful, I forget how many bridges away we were. So last year, the lowest scoring bridge awarded a grant was in the lower 50s. This year, things have changed a little bit with Cedar Street Bridge. They did an inspection this year and lowered its posted limit some more to 50%. That gains us some points in the application process, in the big process. With that adjustment and the 50% grant, our bridge will score in the 60s, which we feel will give us a pretty good chance to be awarded a grant. If we go down in percentage, their chances are less likely to be successful in obtaining that grant.
Any additional questions for Adam or for in general? Okay. Any questions from the public? Okay, seeing no motion. Roll call. Roll call, sorry.
Birch.
Aye.
Brunick.
Aye.
Sarda.
Aye.
Conkling.
Aye.
Hanoff.
Aye.
Mosier.
Aye.
Spencer.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Benson.
Aye, motion carries. On to our next item, number 5, employee tuition reimbursement request. Consideration of Memorandum 25-207, recommending that the City Commission approve the tuition reimbursement for employee 3520 in the amount of $4,680. Before we take a motion, if I remember correctly, there are very specific criteria, or not very specific, but there's specific criteria in regards to how someone can qualify for a tuition reimbursement. Amy, can you kind of refresh our memory a little bit?
I can't, but I know our Human Resources Director, Brittany Orr, can. There are specific requirements. And
Thank you, Brittany.
And she knows them, that's why she's here.
So the process starts with an application. Actually, it starts when we're going through the budgeting process, because we want the departments to have that money budgeted so that the employees, if they're coming to it, they know that that money is available. So the discussion starts long before typically that they're going back to school or starting a pursuit of an additional degree. Then they have to go through an application process. They have to provide the criteria to us as far as what the money was spent, what the tuition actually was. They have to provide documentation of their grades, and then we give a reimbursement based on what grades they get. So A, B, C, there's a different criteria that goes through that. Then the information comes before the city manager at the recommendation of the department head, as long as that money is budgeted, and then we bring it forward to the commission.
Thank you, Brittany. Any questions for Brittany?
I have a couple of questions, Brittany. First of all, I think this would be the sixth employee, if this is approved tonight, that has received one of these reimbursement grants. You had 5 reimbursed previously in your memo.
Correct.
And I'm just, I'm curious, how many applications have we had? I'm trying to get what the chances are of getting one if you want one as a city employee. So out of the 6, how many additional applications were there?
So this is the second since I've been in HR, and my understanding the 4 prior to me were all approved, and if this is approved tonight, that would be the second in my time as approval. So to my knowledge, there hasn't been any that have not been approved.
My other question is, thank you. My other question is about the statute that's mentioned in your memo, and I don't know whether to direct this to you or to Ross, but the statute that's being used here to justify keeping this information private and not give the employee's name is 127-1.5, which I have in front of me, and it lists 29 different types of records that are not open to inspection, and I'm wondering which of those 29 we're talking about.
I'm going to field it because I'm put on the spot here, but I wrote up a little spot research memo on this from a year or two ago. So if it's okay with you, Commissioner, I'll maybe come pay a visit tomorrow if that's all right, and I can walk you through it, but there's potentially a different route to some of that information. So I'll help you figure that out.
Well, it's something we should really discuss here at the meeting. As I recall from a couple of years ago, number 1 was used, which talks about educational records. To me, reading that, it applies to a school's educational records, the grade records, not a public entity like the city reimbursing an employee. In fact, I think the statute specifically prohibits keeping this information hidden. Number 7 says this subdivision does not apply to any related document that specifies the consideration to be paid to an employee. And that's what this is. We're paying the employee directly, I believe.
I'm not in a position to debate this at the moment. I apologize. But I'm happy to either address this in another meeting if you wish it to be in a public forum, or we can visit outside the meeting.
I understand what Commissioner Hunoff is getting at, and I'm not necessarily saying it has to be put out for the public to see, but I think from my point of view, if I'm going to vote on approving money, I'd like to have a little more information, even if it's just for the commission. So we have a little more information, because really I don't know what it's been spent for. So I understand where Commissioner Hunoff is coming from.
And this would be material that is appropriate for executive session too.
So right now, we do not have a motion on the floor. Is there a motion that someone would like to make?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Any additional questions from the commission?
Going to have to vote no. I've always tried to stand for transparency, and I think the justification being used in the memo is an incorrect interpretation of the statute.
I'd like to comment that I just encourage all departments to encourage their employees to further their education. I think that's great that the city reimbursed it, so that's a great thing to do for the employees.
Any additional questions or comments? Okay.
Commissioner Sard, it's not about the program. I approve of the program. I just don't believe the names should be kept private. Just like our salaries, this should be public information.
Yeah, I agree. That's fine on that point. I just think it's a good program, the city to have, whether we put the name in there or not.
I've got something that I'd like to add. I can sympathize with the transparency. I can have some similar viewpoints. I do think that the way that we have it set up right now, the time to discuss this is not when it's somebody is up for reimbursement. They're playing by the rules that are in place, and then all of a sudden we're changing the rules. I can see us having a discussion about this in the future, but I don't necessarily think that it should be, we should debate this at the time when somebody has gone through the rules that we've put in place and has applied. I think we should approve that application, and in the future, if we want to change the rules, then we change the rules, but I don't think we change the rules at the end when somebody has fulfilled their obligation.
I would also echo, I don't have the statute memorized, nor do I have it in front of me, but working in higher ed for almost 30 years, I can tell you some of it could be tied to FERPA, and the way that we have the structure put in place when you're paid for grades, one could deduce based off technically how much we give them what an individual would have gotten grades, and that is not allowed to be released.
I think I agree with Ben especially and what Commissioner Moser said. I agree that we shouldn't judge this one based on what we want to do, but I do think we should have a discussion, so at least the commissioners are provided that information before this, so we know what they did. I don't care what their grade is, I just want to know what the money was spent on, specifically what they did. So, thank you.
Sorry, can I go? I should be recognized, I'm sorry.
You done? Okay, yes, you may.
Brittany, correct me if I'm wrong, because sometimes my memory is not the greatest. Does the degree or classes that an employee take have to tie to their job, or can they randomly just go get a degree? Because it is tied to their job, and that's part of the application to prove how it relates to their work at the city.
Yep.
Correct. So city resources are going to better an employee as it relates to their job, no different than professional development, one could argue.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Any additional discussion? Okay. Any comments from the public or questions? With no movement, roll call.
Brunick,
Aye.
Sarda,
Aye.
Conkling,
Aye.
Hanoff,
No.
Mosier,
Aye.
Spencer,
Aye.
Birch,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Benson.
Aye, motion carries. Item number 6, library agreement, renewal between City of Yankton and Yankton County. Consideration of memorandum 25-208 recommending that the City Commission adopt resolution 25-56 and approve the library contract between the City of Yankton and Yankton County. May I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
A second?
Second.
Okay, discussion from the commission? Or questions? Okay. Dana, would you like to comment? You know, I think it's on. Yeah.
I think it's off.
Better? Perfect. I know there was some information in our packet in regards to numbers from county residents and then the amount, and I believe that there's annual or 6-month fees.
Yes.
I didn't know if you want to just share some of that with the public?
Sure. So for 2025 and 2024, the county contributed $20,000 to the library. In 2026, their contribution is going to be $9,000. And the contract states that the individuals that are getting a card, their contribution would be $20 for that card for an annual amount. But there is an option that they can pay for that. They can do a 6-month card at $10, or they can do a 3-month card at $5. So there are other options to pay if they want to break that down, or if they have certain times of the year that they would be using the library card more than others. We have some people that just use the card in the summer or in the winter, depending on what their kind of schedules are. So no change to the cost of the card for the individuals.
Thank you. Any questions from the commission? Any questions or comments from the public? Seeing no movement, roll call.
Sarda,
Aye.
Conkling,
Abstain.
Hanoff,
Aye.
Mosier,
Aye.
Spencer,
Aye.
Birch,
Aye.
Brunick,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Benson.
Aye. Motion passes. Next item, number 7, bid award for trailers for Public Works Department, City of Yankton Joint Powers Division. Consideration of memorandum 25-209 recommending that the City Commission award the bid for the new steel transfer station walking floor trailer for $219,320 to Northern Truck and Equipment of Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Second? Sorry. I apologize. 2 seconds. Yeah, that's what, sorry, I was asking for a second. That's my fault. Okay, any commission discussion?
I've got a quick question on it. Lead times, that's always a thing with these walking trailers and everything else. If we have information on that, I'd appreciate it.
So that's a good question. These are 2026 budget trailers. The 2024 trailers that we ordered about a year ago for 2025 have not come yet. So that is a year plus lead time on those last year, and these will be the same way, the way it sounds. So they're a year plus out.
And these trailers would stay in Yankton, or stay at our facility and then transport?
That is correct.
Okay.
These trailers stay in the Yankton facility.
So the reality is we probably won't see these till 2027.
That's a good possibility.
Is that lead time typical for all the people who bid on it, or is this just the one bidder?
That's a good question. I'm not sure what others
I
are
imagine
seeing.
that's
I mean, I would
normal.
imagine it's pretty typical. I mean, and just a little bit of a fact, 12 years ago, these trailers were half the price and half the lead time as they are today. So they've taken quite a jump, and
I'm going to show I'm a little bit naive here. Could you explain what a walking trailer is?
so it's a picture a semi-trailer, and like an enclosed semi-trailer. These have an open top. The garbage is loaded into the top, kind of compressed, packed down into the trailers. And they have a special floor that is made of slats that run longitudinally with the trailer, so the long way with the trailer. And there's, I want to say, 4 different sets of operating slats. So in one direction, all the slats move. And then when it pulls back, only like 2 of the slats move at a time. So 2 will come back, 2 will come back, 2 will come back. And then again, it pushes all of them out, and then 2 come back, 2 come back, 2 come back. I think I have the right number down, but I could be wrong on that. So the floor walks the garbage out the rear of the trailer when you're unloading it.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any additional discussion? Any comments from the public? Seeing no movement, roll call.
Conkling?
Aye.
Hanoff?
Aye.
Mosier?
Aye.
Spencer?
Aye.
Birch?
Aye.
Brunick?
Aye.
Sarda?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Benson.
Aye. Motion passes. Item number 8, if I can get an introduction for the reading and the setting of December 8th, 2025 as the second reading and public hearing of ordinance number 1102, supplement number 2 to ordinance number 1083, the 2025 annual appropriation ordinance. Introduction?
Introduced.
Thank you. Item number 9 is a bid award for the 23rd Street Bridge Replacement Project. Consideration of memorandum 25-211 recommending that the City Commission award the 23rd Street structure number 68-119-190 replacement project contract to Alliance Construction, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, in the amount of $718,886.74. May I get a motion?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Any commission discussion?
I just have a quick question probably for Adam. Curious, I noticed today there was no right-hand turn when I was going south, and it appeared to be a bunch of city crew down on the 23rd Street Bridge. Is that because we had additional issues? Are we just preparing for if this was approved tonight? I was just curious. I could tell that they were around the bridge area, and I was just wondering.
Yeah, so today the street department set up, they condensed the lanes across the bridge structure. And they basically what they did was they made it from a 3-lane into a 2-lane across the bridge. And what that does is it gets traffic off of the worst areas of the structure, because it tends to be on the outside, more on the south side of the bridge structure that the bad areas are, per se. And then there's a little bit on the north side. So we kind of tighten the traffic up to 2 lanes on there to try to keep traffic off the bad areas of the structure until this replacement project can begin, just to help prolong the structure.
So does any of that have to do with then looking at reducing the load even more, or are we good if we can
Yes.
start working on where we're at?
Yes, so they did reduce the load limits to 10 tons on that structure here recently, and a part of that was just more deterioration of the deck on the underside, so. Yep.
Adam, could you talk about the timing of when this structure will be replaced?
So the replacement structure is going to be made out of box culverts, concrete box culverts. And right as a few months ago, we looked into what the lead time was on that, and they were about 6 months out. So if we get this awarded tonight, hopefully the contractor gets an order placed, gets those structures in line for fabrication and being made. Hopefully they can have a March start date on that project. As of right now, there's a end of May substantial completion date in the contract, so should be an early spring, late winter start, I would imagine. Just depends on the weather and when the contractor wants to get going on the project. So, but it should be wrapped up in that May timeframe.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. Any additional questions or comments? Okay. Any discussion from the public? Seeing no movement, roll call.
Hanoff.
Aye.
Mosier.
Aye.
Spencer.
Aye.
Birch.
Aye.
Brunick.
Aye.
Sarda.
Aye.
Conkling.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Benson.
Aye. Motion carries. Number 10, write-off of uncollectible utility accounts. This is consideration of memorandum 25-212, recommending that the city commission authorize the write-off of $1,198.40 as uncollectible utility accounts as per SDCL 9-22-4. May I get a motion?
Move to approve.
Second.
Any commission discussion?
I just wondered if, for the public's sake, could you explain why they're uncollectible? Is it because they're indigent, or is it because they're whatever?
Thank you. Lisa?
Part of our utility process is sending uncollectible accounts who are delinquent to credit collections. Usually credit collections will notify us if for some reasons we cannot collect. The main reasons for this year was bankruptcy or deceased. We have seen in the past other options such as skipped or imprisonment. So that's something our office tries its best, but unfortunately when a deceased person or a bankruptcy happens, we have very little ground. So we usually do a transaction and add that to our uncollectible accounts on our balance sheet.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lisa. Any additional questions or comments?
I would just ask one, Lisa, is there anything in place that prevents any of these, obviously not deceased, but any individuals in the future, if it was skipping or imprisonment, now they're out, or bankruptcy, if they would come into the office and want to rehook back up, do we have something in place too?
We do. So we do have a list, if you want to call it, where if you do come back and try to recollect and you have been set to credit collections, we do actually make you, one, pay your balance in full before we set up service, and then we require a deposit. And our deposit is 2 months average of a 5,000 gallon consumer. So it is quite a hefty deposit, but that's something where we have to take those measures to prevent as best as we can. Correct, yes.
Thank you. Good question. Any additional questions or comments from the commission? Any discussion from the public? Seeing no movement, roll call.
Mosier?
Aye.
Spencer?
Aye.
Birch?
Aye.
Brunick?
Aye.
Sarda?
Aye.
Conkling?
Aye.
Hanoff?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Benson.
Aye, motion carries. Number 11, 12th and Locust Closeout. Consideration of Memorandum 25-213 recommending that the City Commission accept the completed 12th Street and Locust Street construction project, approve change order number 1, and authorize the finance officer to issue a manual check to Masonry Components in the amount of $233,625.36. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Commission discussion? Any questions or comments from the public? Seeing no movement, Lisa?
Spencer?
Aye.
Birch?
Aye.
Brunick?
Aye.
Sarda?
Aye.
Conkling?
Aye.
Hanoff?
Aye.
Mosier?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Benson.
Aye. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is future business. This is a time for a commissioner to speak on an item that they may like to see at a future meeting.
I have a couple. I think this was mentioned in one of the emails we got too. I think we should start talking about after the first of the year, the transfer station and the recycling. I know Manager Leone had talked about wanting to address that at some point.
I've got the recycling review planned for December 8th.
Oh, okay.
For next meeting, so just to take the first look at sort of an overview and then get some feedback from you to do a deeper dive from you as a commission on anything else that you want to look into deeper, so that's planned.
That was one of them. Second, first of all, I don't know if you've all noticed the 19th Street sidewalks are in. I think that's a huge improvement for the safety of the students walking to middle school and Beetle and to Stewart. So good job on the crew for doing that. But I'd also like to talk about a couple things we talked about earlier about improving some of the safety. We talked about 19th and Douglas and the 21st and Mulberry. Just a brief discussion on if we think there's anything we can do to even make it safer. And then I know the library has been on everybody's mind. I think it'd be great to just have a little discussion on where everybody thinks they are on what we're going to do with the library when the time is right. So just my suggestions.
Thank you, Commissioner Conkling. And some of those may work as a good work session too, possibly. Okay, perfect. Any other commissioner comments or thoughts? Okay, with that, we're going to adjourn into executive session to discuss contractual and personnel matters under South Dakota Codified Law 1-25-2. May I get a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned into executive session.
No, no, no. No.
No, thank you.
Perfect.
General rule, there will never be.
I would hope not.
Good job.
You know what?
You forgot your cheaters.
I needed something, but that's okay.
You were zoomed in.